So I thought of an idea for an audio. Rip Redcorn catches you reading romance novels.
Bruh.
The romance in quotations. It's like, darling, this ain't romance. This is smut.
This ain't the South Massachusetts.
And it's bad smut at that.
Dude, in fanfiction terms, what she should be reading is fluff. That's the cute stuff. Literally, I've learned that's what that means. Fluff is the nice stuff.
Yeah.
Not the freaky crap.
Do keep in mind that my audios are aimed for an older audience. It's like, you don't need to be up on here. Be gone.
Big on, heathen. Find Jesus.
I didn't realize Eternal was joining us.
What's the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
That sounds like some... Look, when you watch that clip, that honestly sounds like some shit he would do.
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
When is that season 3 of Squid Game? 27th. I got, what would that be, 14 days?
I believe so. But then again, I've never watched it.
Basically how it is, over the 3 seasons, there's two, like there's the first season is the first game the guy's involved in, like the first round of games.
Yeah.
Season 2 rolls around, that's the first half of the final games he's doing to put a stop to it. Because after Bro 1, he said, I'm getting rid of all this because there's too much death. Even though all these people are in death, that's too much death. That shouldn't be happening. I'm like, I agree with this guy. And I hope he can put a stop to it, because frick whatever the heck that big guy was. Oh, that trailer, I'll admit though, that trailer is pretty cool. They're making a Terrifier game? No.
You know, I remember when that movie first came out.
Dude, I tried watching it.
It's stupid.
And guess what happened? It made me sick to my stomach, not gonna lie.
I watched it and I'm like, this is some dumbass shit. This looks like some shit my crackhead uncle would watch.
You thought it was dumb. I thought it was just disgusting and shouldn't exist.
That's what most horror is now. It's just fucking disgusting. It's like, can't y'all come up with any more creative crap?
The last good 3 horror films have happened for me was the Halloween and then Megan. It's like, oh, a killer robot that's protective of her owner. That's pretty cool.
Which is what will happen
like,
when robot waifus become a thing.
And people are like, but isn't that like Chucky? No, because Chucky wanted to kill the kid too.
Now, Chucky was possessed by a spirit of some killer.
Some fuckhead out in damn wherever the fuck.
That's like we're tripping out. Oh my god, Chucky! It's like, come here, you little shit. Boom! What happened? He punt kicked him.
Wait, guys, come here, you Tommy Wiseau looking motherfucker.
He threw his ass like Aaron Rodgers. He picked him up and chucked him like he was Tom Brady.
Because Megan looked interesting, I won't lie to you. It looked cool. I was like, oh, okay.
I hope I don't run out of gas.
Let me see what this Terrifier game's about.
Probably some dumb shit. Watch, I bet you it's done some 80s top-down bullshit, too.
Kinda.
The only reason why
it's like Street...
Look, the only reason...
It's like Streets of Rage.
Here's the thing about the Terrifier and all that shit. I remember when those movies first came out, they were ass.
They looked ass. You know what's not doesn't sound ass? The Purge, because I feel like the Purge could actually fucking happen.
Well, you wouldn't be lying at that point.
Therefore, the Purge is pretty good. I still ain't watched it in full.
You know what I'd do during a purge?
Bro, you'd be out there shooting everybody.
We'd be robbing banks and shit.
Father G looking at you like, boy, what the heck's wrong with you?
Don't give me that money. That's exactly what he said. You better not give me any ounce of that money.
Don't you give me that money. And then I got off on old Diller. That's what the simp talk was about.
What was he doing? His normal bullshit?
It was about the upload today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna relay that whole conversation. He posts it, because I just now saw this. This was back at 11. I'm surprised this video is made. Didn't Christians do Satanic Panic because of D&D?
Back in the 70s.
And 80s. And here's Claw do. The same ones who think even looking at Harry Potter makes you guilty of witchcraft. And here you can be be guilty. Shit.
Be guilty.
You can be guilty. You can be guilty of simping to be a Christian.
Guilty of simping.
Okay, you can be a Christian and play D&D. Those who went through Satanic Panic, I feel, were just fanatics or something. They were a little crazy. My grandma's one of them.
Yeah, you know Hank 3?
Mm-hmm.
His mom was one of them. That's why he is the way he is today.
And here it gets crazy. He said that and the Satanic thing. And then I said my grandma fell for the Satanic Panic in the 80s. I had to explain to her how Metallica isn't satanic by simply reading the lyrics of Master of Puppets, which is ultimately about drug addiction. And then I said, lesson of the day, folks. The loudest are usually the ones in the wrong. Also, they set a bad example in the rest of us. And then when Chrome said never heard of it, I go and answer him. It's just a talk show about a bunch of out-of-touch evangelicals as hosts. Also, from what I gathered, they believe autism and developmental delays can be cured.
These would be the people
like,
that would look at me and go, but ADD is curable. No, it's not. I just had to learn how to live with it.
Dude, Mammy was furious about the soda situation.
I imagine so.
Here's what had happened. It was on discount, and the thing said, get 2 or more to get them at $4.99 a piece. With the value card, I had the woman input the value card in there, and it still rung them up as normal things. And I said, well, that ain't right.
Well, did you get it discounted?
No, because this little stubborn-ass bitch, who clearly had a nose piercing up her wazoo being nose, didn't give a shit about... No, the amount of times this girl had to call the manager for assistance on her damn computer. Something tells me she was not meant for the register.
She was new.
Never put someone new on the register.
That's how come I never could get a job in retail, because I was straight up saying, I do not want to work a register. That ain't for me. You know, like Tractor Supply.
Dude, you got the redneck pass. You could work the damn Tractor Supply.
Yeah, it's like, I can run all the other shit, but I'm not running no damn register.
Shit's confusing.
I straight up told the guy that ran it, because he knows my mom, I said, let the women run the registers.
Damn.
They don't need to be back there moving all them heavy-ass bags anyway. It's like, what, y'all got a woman in here in her 60s. What the hell is she doing back there moving feed bags?
Dude, my Uncle John would have done the same. I just realized I have an uncle named John.
I straight
Don't
up,
worry, he's not you.
I straight up said that. I straight up told him that, and they got mad at me for saying it. It's like, I ain't lying. And that old lady was like, yes, please, let me run the register. I don't want to be back here. That's a little old lady.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Safe to say, I ain't buying soda from the damn Food City no more. And if I do, I'm not using that register with that girl. Because she clearly did not know what she was doing.
Sounds like she was
Dude.
new.
Stuff that was on the manager special, that had the special barcode,
Yeah.
she scanned on the wrong barcode and it made her charge the full $4.99 for them damn smoothie shakes I like.
Well, I hope that problem got fixed.
That part did. Mammy called her out on it. But where I didn't want her to be the financial burden and pay for the soda, I paid for the soda. So I missed out on $20. Fuck you, Food City. Dude, Mia agreed with me because she has to deal with freaking Food City too.
And they needed to hear it.
Are they going to apply it? No. Will I keep bashing it in their brains till they do? Yes.
Funny enough, I did tell them, you know, that's what I'm going to say. Like, my final thing, it's like, yeah, most of y'all really need to take the Bible and start applying it to your life instead of sitting around begging for people to pray over you.
Use me as an example, dude. Go ahead. You have permission.
That's the one thing I'll never get. It's like you're reading the Bible, but you're not applying what you know from it into your daily life. Why are you bother reading it?
Oh, just straight up just oats. I love that. Frick, I'm eating another two of them because they're good. Also, dude, I learned something about myself.
What's that?
Don't drink a prebiotic soda after you had a real bad stress-induced episode.
I'm assuming it was bad.
It's pretty shitty. Don't do that. I don't recommend it. You can say I got cleaned out.
I imagine so.
I know. Oh, dude, I also got some bagels and some cream cheese.
That's nice.
I went with strawberry cream cheese because I'm a fucking pussy. I ain't eating plain cream cheese. Ugh. My latest shared video, finally. Also, that music you heard, just now?
Yeah.
That's peak Japanese 90s television.
Which one's that?
A Winspector. It's Special Rescue Police Winspector. That's the English translation. We never got any of that adapted over here at all. Not even an inkling. Beetleborg's kind of adapted a police robot thing in a little bit.
That is
Janpers.
true.
Yeah, you remember what was his name? Fucking Corrado?
Yeah.
And Silver Ray? Yeah.
I mean, Beetleborgs is also a Japanese show, too, when you really think about it.
I know. And I'm hoping Discotech puts out the Japanese version. Because I want to watch some of it. Because I've been listening to the themes, the music, dude. Intense as fuck. I said this was for youngins in Japan?
Like, how they view animation and TV over there in Japan is way different than here in the States.
And I love it. It's so palatable and epic.
They understand that animation can be used to reach a wide variety of people.
Same with Toko. If you like gore and shit, Keita Amamiya is right up your alley. Like, he's not insanely crazy with the gore, but he's there. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you.
And he was trying to do stuff with Phil.
Yeah! But in this case, you're Phil and I'm Psy.
That he was trying to play with that backhoe and he damn near broke it.
Yeah! Dude, that would be me because I don't know how to work a backhoe. I do not.
And Phil's just looking on like, you're going to tear my shit up. Get off of it.
He's like, you used to be good at this, but those days are long gone, so you can kindly get off now.
Here we see Ranger trying to drive an 18 speed.
Oh, I couldn't hear you over Psy shouting.
Here we see Ranger trying to control a 18 speed.
Dad, I'm scared! You see me drive at 10 feet and I go, okay, I'm done.
It's like, okay, on that shift knob, that top selector, you move that to move the gear into high and low. Do not touch that one that goes up and down. That's when you get ready to put it into 7th. You flip that switch.
Walks out the truck, nah, you drive. Too complicated.
And then you just see me whip that bitch.
Bruh.
Yeah, there was this guy I went to school with.
Those are rare.
Yeah, but he was authentic.
Oh, hell yeah.
He was both. So, the teacher told him he was going to be doing nothing but driving semi-trucks and heavy machinery, and he said, yeah, and I'll still whip that bitch like an Escalade. It wasn't that. She told him he was going to be driving trash trucks. And he straight
Yeah,
up...
I'll whip it like an Escalade.
He straight up told her, I'll whip that bitch like an Escalade. I'll put spinners on it, too. He got sent to the office
my
for
trash
that.
truck.
He got sent to the office for that.
Dude.
But here's the
Part of me
funny
kind of
part.
wishes I stuck
He drives heavy machinery now.
that little saw. That I don't know what the fuck it is. I say it's a jig, but it could be a bandsaw. Who knows?
Sounds like a bandsaw.
I wasn't
Like-
afraid of it.
Like, if we're talking about like a little saw, we talking about like handheld.
Little. And it's like mounted.
Yeah, that might be a bandsaw.
Because we had to use that when we was making bridges. He was teaching us engineering through the bridges.
Because it is somewhat engineering. But I will say this, being in automotive, we had to learn about chemicals.
Hell yeah.
Like, don't mix this chemical or you're going to make chlorine.
Dang.
Don't mix this shit up or you're going to make mustard gas. So it's like, are we learning how to...
Kill a bathroom.
Are we learning... I remember someone in class, like, this guy was former military. You know what he says?
What did he say?
He's like, excuse me, are you trying to teach us how to make chemical bombs? Or are you trying to teach us about automotive? Because I learned this shit in the Army. Which actually was funny because this guy also knew how to make really good napalm.
Napalm's good for busting up beaver dams. Don't ask how I know that.
Well, I knew it was.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's nothing. I knew how to make bombs.
Note to self, if we're ever busting up beaver dams, I'm like, hey, we're gonna make a bomb. If you ask me, that's an effective way to get rid of a beaver dam.
Pretty much.
Just make sure that wherever you're blowing up is not dry as the damn desert, because that could cause a really bad bushfire.
We blew up a beaver dam once, and you know how bad it was? Like, the beaver was standing 20 feet next to us, and even he was looking up like, really? The beaver looked disgusted. And then
I'm supposed to keep my hose now.
And then when we saw it was the beaver, we went and caught it. It's like, hey, that's the beaver. Quick, one of y'all catch it. Hell, take it somewhere else. Let it be someone else's problem.
It ends up in fucking Louisiana. Specifically Monroe.
Yeah, let it be their problem.
It turns out it's the same one that Phil and Si blew up with a fucking napalm. No! Bucky, no! Bucky Beaver, no!
It was kind of funny how this beaver just turns. We didn't even realize the beaver was that close to us until the shit went off, and we just see the beaver stand up and look disgusted. Like, hey, somebody catch that beaver before it runs off.
Catch him before he tells his hose.
Yeah, we sent that beaver dam into the stratosphere, and then we hightailed it. We didn't want to stick around to see if the ATF was going to show up.
It's like, did you hear that implosion? No.
We didn't use tannerite.
Oh.
Due to my stupidity with homemade explosives, I made the explosive too damn powerful.
Sounds about like something you'd do.
Yeah, I made a slight miscalculation.
You don't say.
So at that point, that slight miscalculation sent the beaver dam up into the stratosphere. It's probably still floating around in space somewhere.
What do little Timmy? Look, Ma, a flying saucer. No, Timmy, that's a beaver dam.
No, Timmy, that's a beaver dam.
No, dipstick, that's a beaver dam.
That sounds like two rednecks arguing. Hey, Jim, take a look at that over yonder, up there in the sky. That looks like one of them old
They
flying
like some-
saucers.
Dale, you giblet head, that's a beaver dam.
Dale, you giblet head, that's a beaver dam.
And I'm in a school where most of the vocational kids had pocket knives.
Sounds like whenever we had the lockdown at college once.
Mm.
And the teacher turns his back and he's like, okay, y'all grab something. If he runs up in here, we're going to get him.
A million clicks.
It wasn't knives.
What was it?
It was guns. I was in the class that was nothing but thugs.
Hey, you run them pockets.
They're going to run somebody's pockets.
Run the shooter's pockets for ammunition.
They were going to run his shit if he would have busted up in there.